Welcome to Mystic Arts, where we believe any problem at your gaming table can be solved with the right tool at the right time. My name is Daði and I've been running Dungeons & Dragons in the same campaign setting for just about 10 years. I've run adventures for somewhere north of 70 players, including the same group for about half a decade. Most recently, I finished an epic 6-year campaign complete with 230 sessions that took the players from level 1 to 20. I'm also a professional writer and director, currently working in the games industry. On this channel, we talk about what I've learned while running D&D. Some of that is geared towards brand new players, but a lot of what you'll find here will be especially designed to help those dungeon masters who've run a few games and are really looking to level up their craft. That jump from novice to adept. We'll talk about new ideas as well as brush up on some old tricks that really stood out in the early days of the hobby, but might have been forgotten at this point. Tricks that I think deserve revisiting. Now, all of my insights are of course based around my personal style of play, a style that has its virtues and its flaws. There are as many styles of play as there are people playing D&D, so it's natural that while some of my ideas may appeal to you, others won't. It's up to you to use what you like and ignore what you don't. But hopefully my insights can help you and your players enjoy playing even more than you already do. So let's talk about the kind of game I run. Like I said at the start, I run a lot of D&D. I've probably played an average of 3 sessions of D&D every week since the release of 5th edition in 2014. So I'm well on my way to those fabled 10,000 hours needed to master a craft. I'm at 7,800. While I've run and played a number of other systems, it's safe to say 5e remains my favorite. In those 10 years since I started running the game, I have run 62 adventures set in my own campaign setting, made partly from scratch and partly from, let's call it, liberally applied inspiration. If I include games that my friends have run for me in that same setting, the total jumps to 79 adventures. How do I know those numbers? I have a spreadsheet. I'm really serious when it comes to this hobby. In all that time, I've managed to build up a stable group of players who love to play together and are able to play very regularly. We even successfully slayed the task that is game scheduling. My games fall into one of two categories. Either they run for several years, or they go on for about 6 sessions. There is little in between. My games are sincere, neither ironic or explicitly comedic, and I always play in person. We attempted online play during the pandemic, but to me and my players, it never really scratched the same itch. All of these preferences come from lots of experimentation, and from trying other styles of play and bouncing off of them. So if you're a DM who wants to play long-form, role-play heavy games, I think I might be able to help. If you prefer one of the other countless styles of play, then this channel might not be for you. That's up to you to decide. If you're unsure, however, check out a few videos and see if there's anything you find applicable. On this channel, we'll talk about 4 main topics. First, if you're new to the game, you'll want to start here. This is where we talk about getting together for your first session of D&D. In the future, I'll talk about other basics of getting started, like running combat, making your first dungeon, or Session 0. Spoiler alert, I think Session 0 is a bad way to solve the problems it's designed to solve, but let's get into that later. Second, if you want to learn more about maps, go here. We'll talk about making maps using generators or various map editing software, starting with the free and simple alternatives, before eventually diving into how I make that map using Photoshop. Third, if you've already run a couple of adventures in D&D, and you're looking for more advanced techniques, or simply want to gather as much information about DMing as you can, go here. We talk about how to make combat more interesting and help you construct an expanded list of tools you can make to keep in your toolbox and deploy to run smoother games. This advanced dungeon mastery focuses on the craft of DMing and the actual practical advice you need to develop your own rhythm and your own style of play. Fourth, if you're interested in book reviews, go here. This is where we discuss and review various D&D products from starter sets to the many adventures published for Dungeons & Dragons. Which ones stick the landing and which ones don't? Which books are worth purchasing? Which ones need additional supplement and which ones you might just be better off ignoring to the benefit of your own bank account? And I say that as someone who's bought all the expansions for 5e and read, run, or played in most of them. Seriously, I spend so much money on this hobby, maybe not everyone needs to repeat those financial mistakes. So that's 4 videos. Each one's a good starting point for the series I'll be making more of as I continue to upload more content on this channel. If any of this sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing and let me know in the comments or by hitting the like button. That's all for now. Until next time, keep studying the mystic arts.